Yesterday I was talking about Mahabharata and how Bhishma became Bhishma, and eventually how he brought in three princesses for Hastinapur, Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika. My today's live is not at all about Mahabharata, neither for epic nor for any kind of mythology. Rather, this is on leadership, which is a little bit of in today's Kali Yuga. লিডারশিপ কোয়ালিটি কাকে বলে? অ্যাকচুয়ালি লিডারশিপ আর বসিজম দুটোর মধ্যে অনেক পার্থক্য আছে। ফার্স্ট অফ অল, লেট মি ডিফাইন what is boss and what is leadership. I'm sure that lot many of you are working in some office, working in some work culture, in some kind of environment, and I'm sure that you have got different various type of senior people who are working with you. Some of them are great leaders, some of them are probably a boss. Well, for an employee, when they are joining a company and he or she is coming from a very senior level position, senior level I mean to say a very senior level position, example the C level positions. So C level position in a company is a very crucial one. Example, CEO, the chief executing officer, or probably the COO, the chief operating officer, or maybe the CMO, the chief marketing officer, or maybe the CFO, the chief financial officer. All these kind of posts are really crucial for any office to grow, any organization to grow and go for a next level. So as a business person, when somebody recruits a CEO or a COO, it's a completely different kind of personality that they usually recruit. C-level people are responsible for taking a lot of crucial decision, making structure for the organization, responsible for growing the organization in a proper level. What happens, some of the business people who don't understand the corporate culture, maybe they have created some kind of money because of either trading or sometimes they are doing business in education, they somehow feel that they should get someone on board in a C-level position and he or she will do the magic to grow the company to the next level. In those sector, sometimes I have seen people who are not treating these C-level people in a proper way. Example, when you recruit a C-level people, you are asking them to give calls to the new potential employees and asking them to join the organization. That's not how you can create a leadership structure. A C-level person like COO or maybe CEO is not supposed to pick up his call and randomly call some new people who is actually coming from LinkedIn as a data collection method and asking them whether they want to join the company and taking the telephonic round. C-level people are supposed to take the interview when they are coming after a filtration process. So there is a different process, different talk and different structure which I can always teach these business people how to treat the C-level people. But that's a different subject. Today's subject is all about how to treat an employee well and how to give them opportunity to grow. Now, how you can give an employee as a growth mindset or how you can grow their mindset so that the organization itself can grow. Number one, give them opportunity to network with like-minded people. Example, if you hold your employees not to go outside of the office and then mix people in a business conference or maybe in a networking session, you are actually holding your company's or organization's growth. There, these employees are actually acting as your own flag bearer. They're talking about your organization because they are representing your company. So eventually you are getting the benefit out of it. A. B. The employee who is going there in these kind of business network, their mindset and their openness becomes completely different. They are now watching the world in a different way. So let me put it in my way how I did it in my companies or how I do it till date. So if I am traveling into some business conference, I am definitely representing our companies, talking to people, people know me for the organizations that is actually run by me or I am representing. There I'm talking about the organization rather than myself. So what happens, they know about the service and the kind of product that the company have. So eventually the company gets the benefit out of it. It can be a university, it can be a company, it can be a production house, it can be a trade body, it doesn't matter. Allow your employees to do network. Number 2, allow your employees to think out of the box. Don't put your employees as a yes bot robot. This yes boss robot method will eventually kill your organization. Maximum times, many a times, the business people who are not entrepreneurs, they are usually the business people, they are making money, they put their employees as a yes boss kind of robot. What happens? Eventually, they are not opening their mouth, they are not sharing their own ideas. So the new idea flow is not happening. Rather, the owner is actually talking and he is giving instruction, and all the other employees are just following the instruction. So, as a temporary method, it may seem that the company owner is telling everything to their next layer of employees, but these employees will never ever become their team member. So what happens? As a boss, you become only boss. You are not becoming a leader. Yeah? So try to understand, don't create robots in your company. Create a team member who can work with you and who can work for you and for the organization itself. Okay? So, third method, the way I actually run our own organization. I call it as our own organization. How I do that? So, for an example, if somebody have written any kind of email or maybe some kind of documentation, and I can see that maybe there is some kind of error. It may happen. It's fine. It's a human being. I mean, I don't expect that there's a foolproof, full perfect letter to be drafted by maybe some senior person. It doesn't matter. Maybe some junior person. It doesn't matter. So how I usually communicate? I say that, amazing, you have done 70% of the work. It is really cool. But I personally feel that this 30% work is not done. What you need to do, you need to understand the gap, and here are the gap. So why don't you look at it again and then probably come back to me maybe after an hour, maybe 2 hours, or maybe next day, and make it as your own project. In that way, you're giving flexibility and comfort zone to a person. And I ask everybody to smile and greet themselves. I have seen companies when you're probably entering in the campus, in the corridor, you're looking at someone, you are smiling, but they are not smiling you back. It means a suffocating environment where people are saying that no one is boss here, but somehow everybody is showing that they are boss. So boss kind of mentality eventually may be very threatening to a SME kind of environment, or maybe a mid-level company environment. I'm sure that in my Facebook, a lot of people are employees, they are team members, they are working somewhere. I'm sure that there are people who are running their companies. So this is a very minimum thing that we can do as a human being. Smile at each other. If you're smiling at each other, half of your complications are actually gone. The most important tip, when somebody is new in your company, as a leader, it is your responsibility to give him access to all the possible departments so that every department can give a comfort zone to the new person who is there in the ecosystem. I mean to say, in the company itself. That gives a flexibility and openness. And if somebody is working internationally and he or she has got amazing international contacts, talk to probably very high level senior people, you need to understand how to leverage their network instead of asking that person to do some kind of silly work. So a very senior most person who have got probably 2 decades of experience, you have recruited them in your company and you are asking him or her to do some kind of petty works, it doesn't actually work like this. You need to give them a flexibility so that they can give their best. So there is a saying, like I think we all know that. If you have got a fish, don't try to teach the fish how to climb the tree. They are best in the water. They are great in swimming. They can go deep. Now don't teach a bird how to go under the water. It doesn't make any sense. Birds are meant for flying. And never ever chop up some employees' wings. As I said in my last live, a bird can fly with two things, the two wings, knowledge and karma. When both of these things are balanced, then a bird can fly properly. So get people on board who are actually leaders, who can lead well, who can structure well, who can make things possible and get things done. Kindly, if you really want to grow, don't get people who are yes boss kind of robot. It doesn't make any sense. Eventually, you will face a lot of issues. Yeah. So that's it from my part. I can go on with this subject. Have run companies for last 25 plus years, made products, traveled almost 40 plus places, countries. I have traveled my entire motherland, which is India. None of the university probably I haven't visited. Probably I have visited, I forgot, probably 400 plus university campuses. Yeah. So I'm talking from experience. If you really want to become a leader, be a leader. Don't be a boss. And if you have some kind of opportunity and option to grow with someone, never lose that opportunity. You know how entrepreneurs work? People like me, we give an opportunity to others that come and work with me. So it's not that easy. It's a comfort zone that both of you need to understand. For an example, if an entrepreneur is saying that, okay, fine, let's work it out together, let's make things together, you shouldn't lose that opportunity. If you are super busy, that is different issue altogether. But if you are not that busy, if you have time, try to optimize that time with that particular kind of person. I did that in my life. Like I have learned things from very successful senior entrepreneurs in my life, wherein I have spent lot of time with them. Even they spent a lot of time with me. Yeah, that's how we learn from each other and grow. So this is one of the best way you can treat with your team members as well. Now this very term employee, I will move away. As a team member, you have the kind of opportunity to grow, nurture and do amazing things in life. So in short, one liner, try to be a great leader rather than a great boss. Then you will not say in your mind that I have grown so far, but now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do, because in and around me, there are people, but these guys are actually robots. They are just listening to me. They are not adding any kind of extra value to the organization. Stay safe and feel free to get in touch if you need any kind of tips, any kind of connection regarding me. Well, don't look at this dress. This is mainly for the epic and mythology kind of structured dress, which I brought intentionally, so that at least I can look like a traditional person. Well, I scale up businesses. I raise fund for them. We have an accelerator. We structure their company very well, make them investor ready, take them from one country to another country, scale them up, and of course help in multiple different ways, wherein we give market connect opportunity, open and give them businesses, open a lot of tender processes, but these things comes under a service and a service charge. So feel free if you have that kind of mindset of growth, and of course let's grow together. Thank you so much.